I'm standing in a pub garden looking across a glorious valley to a honey stone church in a village. We're just outside Stroud in Gloucestershire, and we've come here to meet Boss Morris. They are the wonderful all-female Morris dancing side who welcomed me to Folk East when I just walked 186 miles in 2 weeks. I met them again in Hackney at a Beltane event in the Earth Theatre. They pop up everywhere, and you might say, what took you so long? Why haven't you done Boss Morris before? It's a question I've been asking myself, and we're going to answer it here today. Joining us on Rodborough Common are Alex Merry, Lily Cheetham, Katie Watton, Rebecca Macmillan and Josie Wicks, together with the musicians Rob Harbron, Miranda Rutter and Sam Sweeney. And we're going to dance our way across the common and end up in the pub. What more could you ask for? This is without doubt the most colourful episode of Folk on Foot ever, I have to say. We are with Lily, Katie, Rebecca, Josie and Alex from Boss Morris, and musicians at the back there, Miranda, Rob and Sam, and we're standing outside the pub in formation, ready to start. What are you going to do, Alex?
Well, I thought it'd be good just to do a little procession, get warmed up, jingle the bells, but we're heading for a very special spot. It's where we celebrate Finger in the Spring, which is our own unique tradition.
Shall we start?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, this time.
And just describe the costume for us.
We're wearing beautiful new kit made out of tea towels. It was the brainwave of Lily here, and Josie whizzed them all up for us.
Josie, where did you get the tea towels from?
Well, Lily, actually, do you want to
We
explain?
found them all online, vintage on eBay. Yeah. The mustier the smelling, the better. They're like vintage ones. Yeah.
Yeah, but just to talk us through here, you've got favourite dogs.
Oh yeah, that was for me because I love dogs. Josie's got Chester Zoo on hers.
The idea was to, we tried to get a tea towel on everyone's kit that's kind of represented something about them as a person. So, like I've got Brighton on my bum somewhere, which is where I lived for 15 years.
And
Or
Rebecca's got Suffolk.
I've got
Yeah.
something from the 1970s or early 80s cheese marketing board here. So I'm not sure what that says about me, but that's all right. I'm all good with it.
And then there are pink socks
Yes.
with Boss Morris embroidered into them.
Custom socks. We've hit the big time now, see? We've got Boss Morris socks.
That's warmed us up a bit.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. Did you see the horses, Matthew?
The horses are absolutely fascinated by you dancing up the hill here, aren't they?
So they did that. They've done that on both Finger in the Spring.
Really?
They kind of gallop alongside us.
Oh, really? They join in the dancing?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, Alex, tell us a bit about the history of Boss Morris. How did it start?
Well, we're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. I was looking back through old messages, and we rustled up a side to take part in the Stroud Fringe Festival. My sister and I kind of put a shout out among our friends, and we were totally amazed when people were like, yes, I'd be really up for it.
But were you already a Morris dancer at that stage?
Yes, I'd already done quite a bit of Morris dancing, with the bells of London City. So I kind of knew how amazing Morris dancing was.
But how did you know that? I mean, how did you first encounter Morris dancing?
My dad used to be a Morris dancer, but he was the local vicar in Stroud, and we didn't let him do Morris dancing.
Well, you thought it would be too embarrassing,
Yeah,
did
way
you?
too embarrassing. But he, as a young man at university, he was a Morris dancer, and every so often he'd get the hankies out at home. So I kind of knew about it through Dad. And then it was when I was living in London, I started going along to Cecil Sharp House and spotted that they were doing Morris dancing classes, went along and got completely addicted.
But what was the appeal? Why did you love it so much?
I think it's just the recipe of different things. It's an amazing workout. I'm kind of always been fascinated in like eccentric things that are going on and the nerdy element. I loved learning about all the different dances and the traditions.
And
Dancing
the Bells
with other
of London
people.
City, what sort of a side was that?
It's a Cotswold Morris side.
And Bells, I should say, is spelt with an E-S on the end,
Yes.
B-E-L-L-E-S.
Yeah, it was a nod to wonderful John Russell, who taught us on the Tuesday night class at Cecil Sharp House. He was a member of the Bows of London City, which was just the most amazing Morris side. So that was a kind of tribute to them.
And I wonder if all the participants in Boss Morris have some kind of artistic background, because you're an artist yourself.
Oh yeah.
Is that something you
I
all
think
have in
that's our
common?
defining feature. Yeah, we're all creatives. A lot of us met in our day jobs as artists. We work for as studio assistants.
With Damien Hirst, I understand.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, a lot of us did. But
And what did that involve? What does being a studio assistant to Damien Hirst
Oh my gosh, well, they're making the artwork. So we're like the little gnomes that just make all the artwork. Oh, here we are. This is the spring site of the spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about this. This is a ritual that you have developed about the spring.
Yeah, so it's a brand new Boss tradition. Actually, it was our third year this year, wasn't it? Yeah, and it really started as a bit of a joke. It was Sam and Maddie, who maybe Sam would like to.
Do you want to come and tell us a bit, Sam, about the antecedents of the fingering the spring ritual?
I can try, yeah. So Maddie, who's in Boss but isn't here today, is my partner, and during the pandemic we went for a walk up on Rob Common, which is that one over there, and it actually turned out not to be a spring, the thing that we'd found, but we found some water gushing out of the earth, and it was the pandemic, so everyone had gone a little bit strange, and I suggested maybe we should put our fingers into the spring and just see how deep it went, and then we kind of took it a bit further and thought, well, wouldn't it be amazing if that was actually a folk ritual and everybody celebrated the water coming out of the earth? And we returned a couple of days later and spoke to the person who owned the piece of land, and she said actually it wasn't a spring at all. So then we tried to find a more local spring, and we settled on this one. And every year we have this incredible ceremony. Maddie wrote lyrics to a song, which, as Alex just mentioned, it was really meant to be a joke to begin with, but it seems to have caught on in quite a big way. And literally hundreds of people come every year and queue up on this tiny little lane down this little path to dip their finger in the spring water down there, and it's an incredible
spring.
Exactly, absolutely, yeah.
Merry Morris folk, we gaily dance and sing. We wake from weary winter to find the joy of spring. Put your finger in the spring, put it in, put it in. Put your finger in the spring, finger in, finger in. Put your finger in the spring to see what the season brings. Down the secret garden path you'll find the hidden treasure, but only once your finger's in will you know such pleasure. Put your finger in the spring, put it in, put it in. Put your finger in the spring, finger in, finger in. Put your finger in the spring to see what what the season brings.
So it's in the spirit, Alex, of other genuine folk rituals, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. We were amazed to see there's a video on YouTube of Finger in the Spring, and it says, check out this ancient Cotswold tradition. So we were like, oh my gosh, yes.
You've really made it now.
This is it.
So after
This is
3
brilliant.
years, it's become an ancient tradition.
Yeah.
And where's the spring? Is it just it's
down
below
here.
here?
Yeah.
We have to go down the hill.
Yeah, it's a steep little wiggly path. It looks really overgrown. Maybe the spring's not ready for us. It's not.
It's not welcoming us.
Close the doors. Leafy doors.
Tickle through the undergrowth until the water flows. Gently slip a digit in and watch the green leaves grow. Put your finger in the spring. Put it in, put it in. Put your finger in the spring. Finger in, finger in. Put your finger in the spring to see what the season brings.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, Alex, that would be great. Can you don't?
You go. It's definitely a wobbly little path.
Very narrow and very steep.
Yeah. Dips away there. You're right. Do you want an arm?
I might just use this stick actually, which you've kindly given me. That's it. I'm heading down
There's a
to
little
the bottom.
frog.
Do I have to say anything when I put my finger in, or is it just a question of immersing it?
I think you can have a moment. Do
have
what
a
you want to
moment.
do. Yeah.
Or I could fall in, which is entirely possible. So I've reached the bottom, and it's there's quite a lot of leaves down here, and I'm just going to. Oh, I see. There we are. There's actually a deeper part.
Yeah.
With a lot of moss, a lot of leaves, and then I'm putting my finger in.
Once your fingers in the universe, put your finger in the spring. Put it in, put it in, put your finger in the spring. Finger in, finger in, put your finger in the spring to see what the season brings. Tickle through the undergrowth until the water flows. Gently slip a digit in and watch the green leaves grow. Put your finger in the spring. Put it in, put it in. Put your finger in the spring. Finger in, finger in. Put your finger in the spring to see what the season brings.
Lily, where are we going now?
We are heading right up to Rodborough Common, our homeland.
Why is it your homeland?
Well, it's really close to where a lot of us live, and we've done a lot of our dancing and rituals up on the common at various spots. So it's always where we seem to gravitate towards, because it's got a really lovely view over towards the Severn, and then the other way sort of towards Cirencester. So it's a really nice spot, and it's common land as well. So you have all the cows up there in the summer. It's very special.
And is being from Stroud very much part of the Boss Morris identity?
I don't know if being from Stroud is
Being old Stroud.
Yeah, just feeling. I mean, I've lived here for 15 years, and I definitely feel like Stroud's more my home than anywhere else I've been. And so I think it's feeling like you connect with here rather than necessarily coming from here, although that can help too.
But a sense of place is what I was really trying to get at.
Yes.
Is there a sense of place in the traditions that you espouse
Yes.
and in the
Yes.
music that you're interested in and so on?
Totally, yeah. It's always such a rich kind of idea for finding inspiration in what we do in Boss, I think. Is looking for like the local, and the more local the better, the more specific and kind of niche it is, the more interesting the ideas that come out of it, I find.
And when people say Cotswold Morris, for those who don't know about Morris dancing, what distinguishes Cotswold Morris compared to, say, Border Morris or any of the other kinds of Morris?
Well, I guess there's the kind of the visual indicators of the hankies. The hankies are traditionally Cotswold. The kind of the style of the dance is like compared to Border, which is way more kind of stompy and quite loud. I think Cotswold Morris, Alex always describes it as like an air dance. And it's much more like in the air and kind of, it's like a different kind of energy.
A bit lighter on your feet.
Much lighter on your feet. Alex always says you're not allowed to have your heels on the ground. You've always, sort of up on your toes a lot.
And one of the amazing things about Boss Morris is that it's almost like we never see you in the same costume twice. There seems to be a constant creativity about the costumes that you're wearing and making. Is that something you deliberately do, is to keep change going?
Yeah, it's not anything that we sort of set out, this is what we're going to do and every year we're going to have a new kit. It's just kind of something that's sort of happened as, I think it's something, it always gets us excited when we're sort of researching for new ideas for kit and things, and it's a big part of our sort of way of drawing people in and different audiences is because we look so different. And,
so do you have a meeting? Do you all get together?
Endless meetings, ideas, trying to get everybody on board with it, and making sure they fit everybody.
And then who does most of the making?
Josie Wicks.
So Josie, you're always looking with a critical eye, presumably, at the sketches that people bring to think,
yes,
how will this challenge me?
I know.
My skills
I
as a
sometimes
maker?
feel like I'm the Debbie Downer, saying, "No, you can't have that.
We can't possibly do that."
Way too complicated.
What have you rejected? What kind of ideas have you rejected in the past?
I'm trying to think of things that I've rejected, but I guess I'm practical because I know that at the end of the day, we're dancers and we have to be able to dance.
You have to move.
We have to move in them, and we get very hot and very sweaty. So it's got to not be too tight around armpit. There's so many different criteria that any kit has to fulfil. But
coming, make 15 of them as well. That's always
that's the other thing. Even taking on 2 new dancers this year was like, wow, this 14th one is really grinding the gears.
The straw that breaks the camel back. And so, do you have a kind of library of fabric at home, or do you always have to order in when you get a new outfit?
Well, we do try very hard to think about where the materials come from. Like for instance, these ones, this is all recycled and upcycled fabrics that already exist, and with other costumes that we've had in the past, we try to reuse certain elements of them so that we're not buying unnecessarily, or we try and dye something that's pre-existing. So we do try to be a bit conscious about where we're getting our fabrics from and stuff. But as for my own personal stash, it does get raided occasionally.
Josie's stash is endless. She just produces a box and it's got small, medium, large labels that she sews into the back of the shorts, and then endless bits of elastic and things that kind of just take it up a notch.
Yeah.
We got gifted some fabric as well, didn't we, with the green baize? Wasn't that some very special?
Yes, the green baize for pool tables and stuff is all produced in Stroud, and the tennis ball fabric as well, the felt, is all produced here, and the people at the factory that make it are so kind to us that over the years they've just donated big bolts of the green baize, the snooker tables that we've just got currently in my living room where it's been for the last 9 months, much to my husband's dismay.
So do you dance sometimes wearing a green baize?
Yeah,
costume?
that was new for this year as well. Just a waistcoat, but they're not finished yet. They need some embroidery. They need to be embellished a little bit, bossified. And we did used to have, we haven't worn them for ages, but some big ponchos made out of the tennis ball, which is that bright yellow, you can't miss us coming, which we used to wear in processions quite a lot.
Hot though, I should think.
Very, very itchy. Very, very itchy.
But there is a huge wool trade tradition in Stroud, isn't there? So
yeah.
you're going with the warp and weft, as it were.
Exactly,
aren't you,
exactly. Yeah, again, it all ties into sort of things that Boss, where we try to dig into our local history a bit to help tell our story a bit, which is great.
I'm so kind of tuned out to the fact that we're wearing bells, making a noise. I can't hear the bells anymore. And then when you get the look of people, you're like, oh yeah, I'm in kit.
I'm wearing a costume made of tea towels.
Yeah. Nothing unusual.
We've arrived at a clump of bushes.
Oh, yeah.
Are these significant, these set of trees on our right and a clump of bushes on our left?
Yeah, so the trees, I think they were planted in honour of Baden Powell visiting the area in the early 1900s. But we've got these kind of sacred spots on Rodborough Common, and we perform various rituals throughout the year up here. This clump of trees, we do a winter solstice celebration up here. So
could you do one out of season for us?
Yeah.
Since we've been out of season at the spring, could we be out of season at the winter, or is there something bad about the bad luck?
Yeah, the world might start spinning the wrong way round.
Frost might descend.
I know. Who knows what's going to happen if we do that? It's very much about welcoming the sun back. So it's a kind of celebration of the return of the light at winter solstice, which is lovely. It feels like just a great way to celebrate.
And with this extraordinary view.
I know.
I mean, the panorama that surrounds us here of looking out to the River Severn and down to Stroud in the valley.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, this place. We're so lucky. And the River Severn, it normally looks like a silvery sword in the distance, but just to kind of mark the different moments of the year up here, it feels deeply meaningful.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
We've done the rose since day one, pretty much. It's quite a simple dance that we usually do it with 6, but 4 today, so it usually works in even numbers. And it very much has sort of like a rose-shaped kind of figure within it. So there's a lot of we sort of dance in a petal kind of shape. So we go out and then we come in, and then there's some haze and beetle crushers, which is a classic Morris move.
And you were dancing with a folk on foot producer in the middle of you. Was that distracting in any way?
No, it's a dance. We often have someone in the middle. So sometimes we've done it at a wedding, so we get the couple in the middle, or done it at a workshop where we get loads of children in the middle, that kind of thing. Or a beast. A beast sometimes goes in the middle.
Or Natalie and her huge furry microphone.
Yeah. All that.
That was fantastic. That was amazing. I just wanted to, while the dancers are recovering, I wanted to just talk a little about the musical repertoire that you're playing here. Rob, do you want to just say a word about what that tune was?
Yes, that one's a traditional Cotswold Morris jig called the Rose that traditionally goes with that dance. I'm actually not sure which tradition it's from, but it's a pretty, it's a standard Morris tune. A lot of the tunes we play are our own tunes or new tunes, but generally we'll write a new tune for a new dance. But most of the time, the traditional ones, we use a version of the traditional tune.
Right, so when you're writing a new tune, what sort of parameters do you choose? Is it that the dancers come to you and say, we want to do something like this? How does it work, Miranda?
It's happened both ways. So sometimes the dance is a thing that's written and we will write a tune to go with it or find a tune to go with it. Sometimes we've written tunes and then they've written a dance to go with it. And then the other thing that's happened as well is working with the wonderful Laurel Swift, doing a workshop session. She's been creating the dance with Boss.
She's a choreographer.
She is, yeah. A wonderful Morris brain. And Rob has written the tune at the same time as the dance is being created.
That's amazing. And are there particular skills in terms of playing for dancing, Sam? Do you have to play in a different style from you would do in a concert, for example?
For sure, absolutely. I mean, I definitely don't class myself as an expert or an authority on playing for Morris, because I've only been doing it since my partner joined, which would be about 7 or 8 years ago. But that said, there's an amazing relationship between musician and dancer. So, if we're sitting down to do a concert, we have to worry that we're in time with each other, but other than that, you're grand and you can just have a lovely time playing music. For Morris, it's different because the timing is not totally regular. So we're constantly watching the feet of the dancers, and if there are jumps or leaps or whatever, we, if you like, we will bend the music a little bit so that it fits the dance, and equally the dancers will change what they do to fit us. So that amazing relationship between musician and Morris dancer, I think, is part of the addictive. It's why we keep coming back every Tuesday. It's not just the pint afterwards. It's that incredible feeling you get from really locking in with a Morris side. It's a magic thing.
Next stop.
That was the winter solstice. Now we're off to May Day.
May Day now.
May morning.
I'm just wondering, Katie, if we should talk about the beasts. Could you tell me about the beasts that I've seen? Some of them accompanying you. There's a giant owl for a start, isn't there?
We have quite the menagerie of animals at the moment. The owl, that's Hootie. She's big. She will maybe 10 foot or something when she's fully on. And she's got the most beautiful, tender face and such a big presence.
But she's not on her own, is she? There are other beasts.
No. She's quite new actually to the fold. So we have many. I think trying to think of our originals. We've got Eugenie, and she's a sheep.
but a sheep like you've never seen before.
A Cotswold lion. I knew there was something. Again, she's iconic. I think she's very interlinked with Boss and our aesthetic, and she's again another really big presence. And her, Alex should be telling you about this really, because she's created these wonderful beasts.
Well, Alex, come and talk to us about the beasts. We're just talking about the beasts.
Yes.
These are effectively costumes, aren't they?
Well, there's a chap called Stephen Rowley who he was instrumental in helping us get going, and he's an absolute chief of beasts, and he really inspired me to make the first beast.
Make it out of what?
I made Eugenie, the sheep, out of an old laundry basket.
An old laundry basket, and then what did you do? You decorate
So I turned it upside down, and then on top of that, using Steve's special method, it was made out of bubble wrap and papier-mâché and tissue paper, and then doorknobs for eyes and broomsticks for, like the scraggly hair or moustaches, and, just anything. I think Sweet Red Onion, another of our beasts.
Sweet Red Onion?
Yeah, named by Josie's daughter, Mary. She's made out of a huge old lampshade. I took the fabric off that and then built her face, a head on top of that. And then people can put them on over their head and carry them with their hands on their shoulders. And that's how it works. But yeah, that was very much inspired by Steve. He did loads of research into early Morris. He's run projects over the years where they've recreated the very first kind of Morris dancing that's picked up in the 15th century. And he's the one that inspired the socks with these bells, because not many Morris sides dance with these, they're gungaroo bells. They're actually Indian dancing bells. But we're referencing the very first iconography of Morris dancers who have these bells tied underneath their knees, rather than the more traditional bell pads, which you see most Cotswold Morris dancers wearing. Morris, as far as I know, the research shows that it was a kind of European dance craze when it was first picked up. The defining feature of Morris is that it's always changed. So I think people are often surprised that that's its origins. Normally it's like a pagan fertility dance, but that's absolutely, there's no evidence of that whatsoever.
So it might be Christian in origin.
It was first picked up as a courtly performance. So if you were having a great big snazzy party, you'd get your Morris dancers in, and some of the early records are showing the money that was paid, silks and golden spangles that were paid to the Morris dancers to make their
kit. So you're
kit.
very much in the tradition, aren't you?
Totally, but that really is down to Steve. He totally inspired us right from the very start that we had permission to absolutely bling up our kit.
and to play with the tradition and take it in your own directions. Rebecca, we're now adjacent to a lovely stone wall in the lee of some beautiful trees. It is a really windy spot. It's a beautifully sunny day, but it's a really windy spot, and you can hear the wind blowing through those trees. Is this the site of your May morning activities?
Yes, this is where we gather before sunrise on the 1st of May every year. And it's a very, very special moment coming up where it's still dark and you can hear the skylarks singing their sort of pre-dawn song, and all the spring flowers of the orchids and the cowslips are out, and it's just this very magical moment where it feels like the year is starting to unfurl itself.
So Alice, you mentioned that you all come from an artistic background, and I think you're taking Morris into places where it perhaps hasn't been seen or heard before. I think you worked with the artist Jeremy Deller, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, it was wonderful. We've just recently taken part in his festival. It's a one-day event in Trafalgar Square called the Triumph of Art.
What did it involve?
We choreographed a dance with 12 standing stones from Dundee, which was
12 standing stones from Dundee?
Yeah, who danced, and they were just amazing.
So there were people inside standing stones?
People inside stones, made at Dundee Art College, and we didn't meet before, so it was amazing.
So you were just communicating by the internet?
Yeah, but it just worked so beautifully, and I think it was one of our best gigs to date. It was amazing.
And you were on the Brits with the band Wet Leg, weren't you?
I know. Honestly, the variety of things. It was, truly an out-of-body experience, but just incredible. We're so lucky. We get just the most crazy amount of requests come into our email.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think, your side, as opposed to other sides, gets those invitations? Is it because you're more open to them?
No, I don't think so. I'm beginning to see Boss more as an art collective, really. Even though dance is absolutely at the heart of what we do, we kind of have our tendrils out across loads of different aspects of creative life.
Yeah, and sometimes you use electronics, I think, in the music that you dance to.
Yes. Oh, so it's something that I've dreamt about for years, taking the traditional Morris tunes and electrifying them. One of my favourite albums is Morris On.
Which was the album in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, and which was radical in the day because it plugged in and went electric. But
so that was people like Ashley Hutchings and Richard Thompson playing electric versions of Morris tunes.
Absolutely. For years now I've dreamt of doing something in the same, along the same kind of lines. I love the thought of people dancing to Morris tunes in a club without really realising it. In fact, my partner, Aaron Atwood, I bullied him into making these Morris remix tracks, and they just work so brilliantly. And we go and, it means we can perform at festivals and clubs and do all kinds of stuff that we probably wouldn't do if it was just the trad folk tunes. But,
and what's the reaction when you perform in a club?
People absolutely lose the plot. They love it, especially if we have beasts as well. But it feels really exciting. It's an offshoot project. I mean, the trad music is that's at the heart of what we do. But this remix is just another brilliant vehicle for taking Morris to different places. So I actually love the traditional Morris, and I just deeply respect all the dancers from the 70s that actually kept it alive, and it's very much a kind of handing over of the baton. That's the way I see it anyway.
Josie, where are we and where have we got to now and what are we going to do?
Well, this is informally known as the birthday dip. So usually when it's someone's birthday, those of us that are lucky enough to have summer birthdays, we gather up here and have dips in the dip, usually. It's Christmas dips, but also...
It's not a swim.
It's not a
just
swim.
To be clear, it's not
no,
a swim.
no,
it's
actually, I
just
should
a big
describe
dip
it. It's
in the
just
ground.
a big dippy, but it has got a magnificent view of the River Severn and it catches the sun as it goes down. So this is our favourite little gathering spot. But also this is where we come to do the Beating the Bounds tune and dance. We did that in the winter time, just before Christmas, I think it was.
And Beating the Bounds, what is that?
So it's an old tradition in the calendar that you'd walk the bounds of the parish, the local parish, to kind of remind people the boundary. Yeah, but we've kind of taken that and we've created our own boss boundary, and we stop at significant spots on the common. And
your way of kind of taking ownership of the common without taking ownership of it.
Yeah, it's a lovely way to kind of mark the significant spots and the different things that we do, and yeah.
So what are you going to do here in the birthday dip?
I think we might do another dance, and this dance is Blackbird, and it's a tune written by wonderful Miranda, and it's based on the actual melody of a blackbird. I think Miranda might say more. Yeah.
Come and tell us, Miranda.
Yes, it's one tune from a whole suite of tunes that I've written. They're all inspired, all the tunes are inspired by birdsong. So I've been out and recorded local birds in the woods over there and the wetlands over there. And this one, the Blackbird Jig, is in Morris dance rhythm. And so Boss, together with Laurel Swift, wrote this dance to go with this tune.
Can you describe the dance for us? Because obviously people can't see.
It's a bit different from a normal Morris set dance. We're 3 dancers in a triangle format. As Miranda said, our lovely friend Laurel Swift helped us design the dance, and it's a hanky dance, kind of slightly a nod to the blackbird wings. Yeah.
You went straight into a cow patch.
Absolutely.
In the middle of the dancing there.
The squidgiest cowpat on the RTBs. Yeah.
But you kept going. I think that was the main impressive thing.
Truly
you kept
professional.
impersonating a blackbird, even with your foot in a cow pat.
I'm going to think of that every time I do that dance.
That was wonderful. Well, we've come down from the Common now, and this is a very familiar spot to me because this is where we came with you, Sam, isn't it? When we did your episode of Folk on Foot, the Prince Albert.
Yeah, very famous in Stroud, the Prince Albert. Yeah. We spend a lot of time here. And on May morning at about 6 o'clock, everybody comes here for a bacon sandwich and a coffee.
That's after you've done the dancing.
Yeah, so it's the sort of, some people have a pint at 7 in the morning. Obviously, I wouldn't do that.
No.
So yeah, we come here for that. We've done a lot of stuff here with Boss.
After Finger in the Spring, we end up here.
That's true.
well.
Hundreds of people end up here after Finger in the Spring.
The carols?
Yeah, there's the Christmas carols happen here, and there was a famous winter solstice before we started doing stuff on the Common where we came here. Was it winter solstice and we all planted a bulb in the grass underneath the now astroturfed beer garden, and it was pitch black, and we all planted a bulb, and sort of it was a ritual so that wonderful things would happen in the spring. But it was pitch black, and we got back inside the pub, and we all went, "Oh, what's that awful smell?" And because it was pitch black outside, we realised we'd been treading in extraordinary quantities of dog muck, and then just come back in, but we hadn't seen it. So we've had nice times here, very nice times.
Yeah, that sounds like a highlight.
Absolutely. I'll never
So
forget it.
standing in poo's becoming a bit of a running...
Yeah.
And Lily, have you danced here quite a bit?
Yeah, loads.
Could be a great place to do the last dance for this
Why
Folk on
not?
Foot.
Yeah, sun's out.
Yeah. Before we have a drink.
Do you want me to do it?
Here we are on the road outside the Prince Albert.
Yes.
Alex, everybody's lining up now for a dance. What are they going to dance outside the pub here?
So we thought we'd do Filberts, which is a new Boss dance. The tune and the dance are both new, so it's a special one for us. The tune was written by Rob.
And it involves sticks.
It involves our hazel sticks, and actually the name of the dance, Filberts, is named in honour of the hazel sticks.
So
It's a
just
clacky dance.
explain that to me, Filbert.
Filberts is the name of a nut, a hazelnut.
Right.
Yeah.
And what form will the dance take? What will we see?
So again, it's not the normal 6-person Morris dance. It's a set of 4, and each dancer has got 2 sticks. It's another dance that we developed with Laurel. So we're really, really we love dancing our original dances. They feel very, very special.
That was absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. And what a treat for all these passing motorists who are just coming around the corner and seeing all these women dressed in tea towels dancing with sticks on the pavement outside the pub. I mean, it happens all the time, does it? I'd just like to say thank you so much to all of you for taking part today, to Sam, Rob, Miranda, Rebecca, Katie, Lily, Josie and Alex. Thank you so much for sharing your dancing with us and sharing all the thinking behind it with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Folk on Foot as much as we enjoyed making it. There are over 60 episodes of Folk on Foot for you to explore, featuring amazing artists like Eliza Carthy, Johnny Flynn, The Unthanks, Corrine Polwood, Chris Drever, Sandra Kerr, Catherine Tickell and many, many more. So please do explore our back catalogue. And if you like what we do, we really need your support to keep going. You can become a member and get great rewards, or you can simply buy us a coffee. To do either, and to sign up for our ad-free version, just go to folkonfoot.com/support us. Every penny we get goes back into making more episodes, so please do support us if you can.